Finally, we did it. We ended up beating Weaponry Trial 1, level 65. Before we get the video started, we do have a little announcement, which I'm going to play right now. Thank you so much for the love and support that I did get on Weaponry Trial 2. It's helping a lot of you guys, and I really appreciate that. I'm happy you guys are succeeding and now farming legendary gear. One thing that came to my attention is that a fellow YouTuber ended up making a video about me, saying that I copied his video and guide without giving him credit. As you can see, we are a main feature in Nemi's video. We did talk about this. I joined his Discord just to make light of the situation that I ended up using a guide, well, help from a fellow Discord member that said that he figured it out. Maybe he ended up taking the video from Nemi and then took credit for it. But I asked him, hey, would you like if I used the video and gave you credit? And he said, no, post it, no problem, take the credit, I don't care. So I ended up doing that. Now, I'm not the type of person that goes online and looks for tutorials, so I made the video, I posted it, and it got likes. If I was to use someone else's video, I would credit them like I did with Magic Joe. Now, what I wanted to say was, make sure to subscribe to this guy. I did apologize to him for this incident, so show him some love. Him and I right now are cool. The videos coming out of mine are going to be original, like this one right here, Weaponry Trial 1. It was a pain in the ass, but let's get into the video now. This is the team that I ran. We have Faycal, a unit that is free to play. I'm going to go over this quickly. You want to make sure you have at least level 45 and you give him this technique, Rapid Fire. Because I noticed with Rapid Fire, 2 consecutive hits, actually the Dream of the Magician actually works with this. There is some kind of buff. I was trying to test this out and it actually did get a potential increase in damage. This is what I liked to see, especially with doing Rapid Fire, combining it with the Whale Hunter, because where I'm at right now at 3 stars, it gains 70% chance to inflict infection and deals 20% more damage when the enemy is an infection. So I ended up using this weapon level 50. You can use any trinket. If you are using weapon engraving, which I recommend you guys get to 8.5, make sure to use the resonance right here, where every time you move a tile, it can increase the attack and the defense. Then we had this tarot right here. As for the skills that you're going to basically be using a lot, it's mainly going to be, hold on, right here. This is how I was set up. So you're going to mainly be using Rapid Fire. You're going to use the Cloud Piercing Arrow. You're going to have this passive right here. And then I rarely used Foot Sniping. So this is what you want to have. If you have a different bow, you can use any other bow, to be honest. If you can even use this one, ignores defense. You can even use the Meteor Line. This one actually works pretty well as well. We had Stinger at level 48. We did not get him to level 50. For Stinger, you want to have him, you can have regular dual blade, but I had him on that. You want to have Vital Guard just in case, Settlement of the Hangman, Infected Dagger, and the Shrapnel. For this one, I used just any weapon and trinket, and I did use the Wheel of Fortune. With this resonance right here, where it increases the attack and defense by 12%, he's not going to really do much just because this damage does mostly on infection. Blade is going to be your main targeted man that's going to be dodging and also taking his AoE attack. I ended up putting any weapon and any trinket on him. I put this resonance right here on him that I take 15% less magical attack. And as for the turret, we got this to level 60 because we had a additional 10% damage taken increases. So basically, we got this skill up to 20% of decreased damage taken with 2 magical defense by 48 and 42. Not bad. I wish you got percentage, which is slightly better. But this is not bad. We use this because he is going to get hit by attacks, and we want to have magical defense. As for the skill, we want to have the Fleeing Hair. You want to have Maneuver, Fancy Foot, and then you can have, you're not going to be attacking with this guy, so I would recommend just putting any other skill right here, but you're going to want to use 1, 2, and 3. We had Knightgale. Mostly for Knightgale, what you're going to be using is the Burning Grenade and the Weapon Eroder. You're going to sometimes use the First Aid. Now, mind you, with this one, I did not use any guide. I did this all on my own. So I did have to end up healing someone in different occasions. If you are going to follow my guide, you might have to do the same thing. You might get lucky and not have to. With this one, we ended up putting the Reflection Mask, any staff that we had, and then we ended up putting this right here. At the end of the turn, recovers 20% health if the character is injured. Now, we did keep this at level 50 because we did not need to get this to level 60. Also, it does take a crap ton of resources to get it to level 60 now, so make sure you do this the right way. And as for Resonance, we're doing the same thing with the Magic Taken. And then lastly, we do have the Light Conjurer. You're going to be using these skills, so make sure you have the skills. Endure, Healing Spell, Purify, and Light of Purification. This guy is a mega debuffer. So we ended up actually just upgrading this after we won the trial. So this was level 3, now we have it at level 4. This Reorganized Cube moves one more debuff. We ended up having the Spring, what did I just say? Spring Pill. We actually did not use this. I could have used this to avoid to use Purify on myself. And then you want to use the Empress just to remove debuffs. Now, when you start off the match, you're going to be seeing online on YouTube, because I did make sure to check it out, you're going to be seeing this same equal formation, but what you're going to be noticing is that as you progress in level, things are very different. One guy that I noticed was like level 39 or 40. Now, mind you, at level 40, these guys are going to take more damage, which means that your Knightgale is actually going to be moving first because of her trait. When you progress and get to level 49, 40, 45, 50, things are totally different, and they will not go the same way as you want it to. So if you guys are around level 48 to 51 or even 45 to 51, you should be following this guide and it should be helping you out. You want to have the Light Conjurer on the right, Knightgale, then you want to have the Stinger in the middle, Faycal, and Blade. Now, instead of Faycal, you could run the Outlaw Archer or Outlaw Crossbowman. You guys can use that. I ended up using Faycal just because no one I have seen on YouTube that has Faycal that used it. So I only see weaker units, but this is a completely free-to-play guide. So right here, we ended up moving in, doing Infected Dagger. All right, we did Infected Dagger. Then we're going to move right next to him with Blade and use Footwork to become Dodge. So he's going to attack us. Right there, we took a decent amount of damage. We're going to use Cloud Piercing Armor. Then, of course, Purify. Now, mind you, this is the thing. The only reason why I used Purify is because, and actually, for this one, I only backtracked 2 times. The reason why I use Purify is because if I did the Fortune of Light, whatever it's called, for everyone to get regeneration, this blade will end up getting full health, and it would mess up the whole rhythm. And at one point, either Light Conjurer or Knightgale will be the ones targeted by AoE. That's why we did not do this round. So this is something to take into consideration if you guys are at a higher level. So right away, so we ended up purifying Knightgale, and we ended up healing Stinger just to remove some debuffs. We throw the Lightning Grenade. Now with Stinger, we're going to go into the fire and put the Sword of Convallaria. All right? We want everyone's techniques to be refilled. As you can see, Wheel of Fortune does damage. An extra 400 damage to the boss is not bad. We're going to be slowly taking care of that rock little by little. We're moving to the corner, not just to get hit by AoE, so we're doing the regular attacks, trying to stack up on that infection and do some damage. We ended up using the healing, as I mentioned, again with Infected Arrow or Dagger. Over here, we're moving to this side using Fancy Footwork. You don't have to use Fancy Footwork. I just used it just to make sure I had enough of it and also not just waste the energy. We moved into the square over here. Now, don't be alarmed, because if you are in the square, it's going to be time for us to go ahead. Now, mind you, as you can see, I did purify Faycal to remove the debuffs, and I did heal him just because you want him to tank the hit. So right ahead, we use the Burning Grenade. All right, we're moving up close using Shrapnel, and you want to be up close just because of the Fortune attack, and also because of other good stuff that is coming the way. Now, the other reason why we have him up front is because he's going to be taking attacks. And if you're dodging it, you are set. So now we move out of the way because we don't want to be in this lightning tiles. So it's a constant moving away. That's why we had the one resonance of every time you move, it increases damage. It works out. Again, doing the dagger. And then Blade has an ability that he attacks as assisted attacking. That's why we have Blade up there as well. Now, we don't want to heal him anymore. So we want to make sure that he takes some damage. So we ended up purifying ourselves and healing Knightgale going into this. Now we put another Sword of Convallaria. Now, you guys might not be able to put this many Sword of Convallaria, but make sure to increase your TP in talent. I always say this in every video. Make sure your TP is high, because TP means that you can use and spam Sword of Convallaria. We did use once, I believe it was Urgent Order, where we got to attack twice, and it wasn't until the later round. It was probably like, I think after, maybe like a couple turns. I think it was either round 8 or round 9. I don't even remember, to be honest. I just did this run, and I want to post it to you guys and send it to you guys. We do have a catastrophe bottle just to do some debuffs. As you can see, we tanked this. Now, the attack, because he's in the front, he's going to dodge it all. We almost died, which would have been bad. But, so now, usually the rotation is, you want to, excuse me, you always want to keep Light Conjurer to this side and heal the Blade. And I watched a couple guides, and that's how they do it, all right, when they do this. Now, for me, because I'm at a higher level using different things, this is where things get different. Now, mind you, now we have to rotate our Light Conjurer to heal these guys to the left, while we keep one healer to the right. So right off the bat, we're doing Light of Purification, so we get the regen ability, doing another Burning Grenade, doing another Shrapnel, doing some more attacks, and then Fancy Footwork. We got the heal because of the thing. Cloud Piercing Arrow, taking some damage. And now we're switching to the left side, doing Purify, and then we're doing the healing spell on Faycal because we want Mr. Blade to get hit by that target. And then when it's time to do the Urgent Order, you're going to see exactly how much damage Faycal does with his Cloud attack. Because the first attack we did the Rapid Fire with the Whale Hunter, and then we did that one. So cleared the Cloud Piercing Arrow again. Healing spell on Blade to make sure he can tank it, around 10. Now, when he starts to become in dying effect, he's going to be taking some extra damage from Stinger, which you guys are going to see. It's going to take 1902 damage, which is actually great every time you do the attack. We dodge again, Rapid Fire, boom, doing some crit, amazing. Light of Purification. Then we did the Weapon Eroder again, doing 1902 damage. Now we add the Flag of Convallaria. So now he has to attack the rock just because we don't have anything. And because we attack the rock, this is what we do. Now, as you can see, Blade and Stinger are very close to HP. So we said, do we want to attack or do we want to heal? So what I ended up doing was I ended up moving Knightgale to this section. I could have thrown a Burning Grenade, but I ended up healing Stinger just because Blade is so close to the same HP. And I did not want Stinger to be targeted. So we throw Shrapnel right there. As you can see, we're about to do the 1902 damage now. This is where things get very easy. Now piercing damage is going to take control, and we're going to be completely dominating the battlefield. I don't see myself using Urgent Order. I think it may Rapid Fire. No. Why am I not using it? I think it might be because I did backtrack. I think that's what it is. Because I did do it, and then I backtracked all the way. Just to see exactly what would happen. We're going to see. Maybe we're going to do it now. So if anything, if you guys do this, you can only run it with Flag of Convallaria, and you guys are going to win. If you guys have some trouble or anything, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll help you guys out. As you can see, now that this guy is in dying effect, our Blade is taking less damage. So now we really want to make sure that we do the correct thing. As you can see, you see what I did there? I did use Light of Purification, but instead of using it on Faycal to make sure every unit on the field gets regeneration, we only did it on ourselves. So then it would target Faycal, Knightgale, and Stinger, and myself, or the Light Conjurer, to do regeneration on these units and keep Blade in that bleeding effect, because he's going to be taking damage and he's going to get targeted again, just in case we get unlucky and not being able to kill the boss right away. So round 14, all right, throwing this down, doing some extra damage, healing a bit, and then Blade is going to run away. And then this is where Faycal is going to end the battle and kill. Very simple fight. I paused it at the perfect timing just because everyone is literally dead. There is no boss right here. Fires, flames. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.